I'm that topping dude. And this is that topping dude plays the American Film Institute's daily movie guessing game, Get the Picture. And it's December 14th, 2025. It's game 1351, 1351, 1351. Well, um, the anonymous player, he got it right today. And you're probably saying, oh, well, that doesn't mean you'll necessarily. Yeah, I probably will if he did. I'm not talking about Jaden. Not talking about him. Talking about the other guy, the one we never name. He got it right, and that means I probably will too. Not definitely. I didn't say definitely. Don't put words in my mouth. All right. Do I seem mad at you? I don't mean to be so mad. What am I so angry for? What's all this anger about? What is it about? What's all this fucking anger about? God, there it is again. All right, let's go in. Yesterday, the answer was Inside Out. There it is. There it is. And let's see. Let's just go right into today's game. 80% got the picture. Well, the first thing that comes to mind is The Fablemans, the Steven Spielberg film about his youth in Arizona, where he grew up. He was a kid with a movie camera. There's the picture. That's the whole thing right there, I think. And what else would it be but The Fablemans? Well, let's see. 80% got it. And it's only a few years old. Um, it's not very, okay, let's see what the choices are. The Aviator. Now, The Aviator is about Howard Hughes, and Howard Hughes grew up to become a film producer in the early days of film. So he didn't have no fucking little camera when he was a kid that his parents got for him. That did not happen to Howard Hughes. So it's not The Aviator. Bowfinger. Huh. Well, Bowfinger is a movie with Steve Martin and Eddie Murphy. I never saw the movie, but I did read the screenplay. But even so, but I mean, I know what it's about, and even though I didn't actually see the film, I'm not sure why uh, anyone would think this might be Bowfinger. But um, um, I didn't see it. Maybe there's an image in it that well, anyway, it's not that. Carol, Carol. Oh God, I've got a story to tell you about Carol. Um, anyway, Carol is a film with um, damn it, what is her name? Kate Blanchett, who was also in The Aviator. Was she in Bowfinger? Is this supposed to, are we supposed to think this is Kate Blanchett? Okay, Kate Blanchett and Rooney Mara. Is that her name? Or is it Mary Rooney Mara? Anyway, um, it's a lesbian love story, and it there's a sort of this era, but I don't know. But besides the era, there's no connection. The Fablemans, that is the answer. And Super 8. Well, Super 8's not a bad guess because that is a Super 8 camera that kid has in his hand. That's the kind of camera Steven Spielberg had when he was a kid. It's the kind of camera I had when I was a kid. Uh, drove a lot of us to want to be filmmakers. Okay, it's the Fablemans. Come on. Okay, got the picture. 3-day streak, 82.2% correctly identified or guessed Tahifa Bilmains. 9.3 guessed the Aviator. 7.1% guess Superiate. Uh, 0.9% guess K-Roll. And 0.4% guess Balfangir. Okay. All right. Should still be at 77% now and forever after. Okay. Let's see what they said about the motherfucking film. Being co-written and directed by. God, this is the most they've ever said about a movie, I think. Came in the Steven Spielberg. Based on his own childhood, the film is also features the work of another enemy, composer and frequent collaborator John Williams, as well as two alums of the AFI, the cemetery, cinematographer Janusz Kaminski, by class of 1987, and co-editor Sarah Brosher, by class of 2005. The film was also honored with an AFI award, naming it among the year's most outstanding achievement in the art of the movie image. According to AFI's official rationale, now this is the I've been thinking I was thinking about this. What is their fucking rationale? What does that mean? I've just sort of been accepting this word, but what the fuck do they mean? But let's look up what rationale means. Rationale definition. Definition. Okay, there we go. Let's rationale. Let's get the fundamental reasons for something, the basis, an explanation or exposition of the principles of some opinion, action, hypothesis. Let's look at Merriam-Webster is what my go-to. Okay. An explanation of controlling principles of opinion, belief, practice, or phenomenon. An underlying reason, a basis, an explanation. Okay. So, so it's an explanation or a reason. I guess they're going with explanation. An explanation of controlling principles of opinion. I think I still think they could have choose a different word. They're just they have a hard on for the word rationale. Okay, there must be someone. I don't know. Someone obviously said they have a thing. They must have an official rationale listing of every. I don't know. According to the fableman considers the horizon from a place in the past. Steven Spielberg proves his place in the pantheon by inviting us into his hand and his heart, exploring family, forgiveness, and the soaring power of storytelling. From a panoramic script co-written with Connie Kushner to perfectly pitched performances from Gabrielle LaBelle, Michelle Williams, Paul Dano, Seth Rogen, and Judd Hirsch, this complicated family portrait is an undeniable Valentine for all who love the movies, and a triumphant remembrance that movies are dreams you never forget. Okay, and just for the record, since they started this quote, their official rationale with a quote, it should end with a quote. And you're saying, oh, it does end with a quote. No, this is in this ends with a quote. The movies are dreams you never forget, unquote. And now they need to unquote the entire rationale. There should be two unquotes here. It looks weird, but that is correct. And so, I mean, that's very picky, I will admit. That's very picky. We can't expect people over at the AFI plays the AF, get the picture. We can't expect those people, from what we know about them now, to get something like that. Come on, come on, come on. Anyway, what I was going to say about Carol is Harvey and I saw Carol. I think we saw it. We saw some screening before it opened somewhere. And the first thing Harvey said after it was over was, "Should I sue?" And I said, What are you talking about?" He said, "That's the story of The War Widow." Now, The War Widow is a movie that's Harvey is basically a playwright. He has exactly one non-play to his credit. It's a teleplay that was aired in 1977 called The War Widow, and it was about a woman who falls in love with another woman during a period. Um, And I was like, every time Harvey says, "Oh, I'm going to sue them, I'm going to sue them," I'm like, just let's not, don't even get me. I don't even want to get involved in the fantasy of suing. So I said nothing. Though later I realized, they did follow the War Widow pretty closely, and he probably did have a lawsuit, a legitimate lawsuit on his hands if he really wanted to go through the time and trouble and expense of doing that. But on the other hand, I have this theory that all of our minds are connected, and it's not unusual to come up with the same plots and stories and stuff. So it was probably more that. I don't think they stole it from him, but it's possible that someone saw The War Widow. I mean, it's out there to be seen. It's not widely seen, but it's seen enough that someone could have. Anyway, so I always think maybe he should have sued for Carol. Anyway, but the Fablemans. Fableman's a good movie. Bye.